Yes, we're toxic. We're not live. Just to fuck with
We are
you.
not live. By the time you are watching this, this has been pre-recorded in
Yes.
front of a studio audience.
Episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again is called The Hollow of His Hand.
Hmm.
Almost like we'll hear about that later. And real quick, I mean, let's just talk about this. I don't want to go on to too much of a tangent, make a huge video, but you and me covered last week episodes 1 and 2, and the internet as it is. We other people on YouTube, we watch other reviewers, and to say the least, Daredevil Born Again is pretty, I would say, divided because I can find 5 people reviewing it that really love this first 2 episodes. 5 other people say it's dog shit never, and it's the worst thing they've ever fucking seen. So I just feel like overall, you and me have a good decorum and people like our friends, like our friend Lance for Outcast Creative. And I think, like, even mentioned a drinker, because I've been on there and he's my inspiration to making this stuff. I think I try to be as balanced and fair as possible. And I think you do as well. And I feel like overall we got some pretty good feedback for episodes 1 and 2. And I think we did a pretty good job of being as balanced. Where, like, guys, it's not a 1 out of 10, also not a 10 out of 10. And I think we
Yeah, I
did
don't want to. I don't
assessment.
want to make it like adversarial, but somebody whose name rhymes with brawler. No, wait, that's too easy. Somebody whose name rhymes with me aller. Just decided to be a birthday clown and just fucking shit all over this and just make it as stupid sounding as possible. That it's like the worst show ever. Maybe the one of the worst shows Disney Plus, which I granted that's not a very high bar. At the same time, I've actually enjoyed a couple of the Disney Plus shows, not a lot. I mean, I'm no Disney fan by any stretch of the imagination, but at the same time, listen, you can't just shit on everything. In fact, we on a previous stream that Blue Collar and I were on earlier today on Outcast Creative in the green room, we talked in one of my issues with our show, the fresh out of the theater thing, the low bar review for, whatever we just happen to see in the theater.
Yeah.
One of my biggest complaints against myself is the fact that, I am tired of shitting on stuff all the time. I get it. That gets more views. I get it. It's fun to really unleash it on something. And hey, man, listen, if you see something and it just grinds your gears and you want to unload on it, unload away, my friend. I am certainly not here to judge you. That being said, if that's your only bag of tricks, if all you can do, if you're not interested in watching something because, as someone quoted to me once, I don't want to watch it. I have nothing to say if it's a good show. I only want to watch stuff that's bad. Then you are you're lame. You're a lame person. That is the exact same thing as what's his face, the cuck that only wants to say good stuff, Stuckman.
Oh,
Chris
yeah, yeah. It's like,
Cuckman,
yeah,
Stuckman.
he would never criticize something bad, or he would never give something a
No,
bad
you have
review.
to be, as my illustrious partner just here pointed out, you have to be
Yeah,
fair and balanced. If you like something, cool. If you don't like it,
yeah,
that's fine too. If you hate it, that's also cool. But you can't just hate everything because you don't like anything.
yeah.
Because I'm here to tell you, M. Aller, just so you know, man, if I decided to, and I love Buffy and the Whedonverse, I just went on a 20-minute rant earlier today on another stream talking about how much, I would, totally suck off Joss Whedon and drink the gravy and cup the balls. I'd do it right, baby. But that being said, I can completely shit all over almost, well, with the exception of Firefly, which is pretty flawless.
Mhm.
But I can shit all over Angel, Buffy, Dollhouse, all of that stuff. And the reason why is because nothing is fucking flawless. Now, yeah, there's some stuff that's irredeemable. You've had to sit through some stuff. I know that you did Rings of Power. God bless you guys for doing that because I didn't have to. And I know some stuff falls off. I've heard House of the Dragon season 2 kind of fell off the rails. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
at the
definitely.
same time, you need to be open to something being at least decent. And if your only bag of tricks, if your only birthday clown bag of tricks is to just shit on something, man, you're in the wrong fucking business. You're just as bad as Chris Stuckman. You're just the opposite of him. That's all you are.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying with the thing with the internet and said YouTube. It happened with Fallout. Fallout. I watched 10 people and 5
Right.
reviewers say this is awesome.
And you
5.
didn't like it, right?
Well, no, Fallout. I had fun, but just like Daredevil Born Again so far, when episode 3, I think Fallout had some flaws, but
Yeah.
it also was enjoyable. Plus, I mean, come on, Walton Goggins. I don't care if Walton Goggins is in a shit movie. I'm watching it. I just love Walton
No,
Goggins.
facts. Yeah, no,
But
facts.
no, like I and said, I just
Oh, you
people.
know what? I'm sorry, buddy. I misunderstood. You know what it was? It was The Last of Us that you didn't like, and I did.
Oh, no,
That was
what and again, and I said Last of Us, as somebody who played the game, I can be objective where it's like, if somebody didn't play the game, you could pick apart a lot of good stuff about that show, but I also felt like as somebody who played the game, the best parts were just copy and pasted from the game. But, The Last of Us, certain changes were made that I felt were unnecessary, especially like, the whole gay episode. Great episode, fantastic for what it was, but it was such a departure from the game. I was like, "Why are you doing this for except to maybe score brownie points for the award season?"
well,
Because
sure.
and
Sure,
and that's
and you know what? And that might be valid. Any of these things can be valid. Like this, what we're looking at here is a rebooted, kinda rebooted, soft reboot
yeah,
show from a previous show, which is based on sort of a movie and mostly a comic book. And so, like, it's source material, so a copy of a copy of a copy. Now, I think most people agree that the movie was campy and didn't quite get it right. I get it. And they wouldn't be wrong. But I think most people do agree that the 2015 seasons 1 through 3 Netflix show pretty much got it right. Defenders
yeah,
kind of dropped the ball. I think everybody kind of agrees on that. But I mean, we are episode 3 in, and I mean, I'm not gonna, do the spoilers just yet. But I mean, I will just go ahead and preemptively say that I enjoyed this episode for what it was. So
yeah,
I think definitely it's not a stupid show. It's got me engaged. And listen, you know me, I'll call it out. If it starts going off the rails, I will call it out. I gave up on From, because it just never redeemed itself. So I don't have a problem. I did a whole video on the sunken cost fallacy. I don't care how many hours or whatever I put into something. If I start to dislike it, like hell, I loved Sugar up until the big reveal, and then
yeah,
after that, I'm like, nope, done. That's it. I don't need anything else.
yeah.
I'm gone.
The main thing I have to say for and we'll get into this, this episode, but, you know, some people, the whole Wilson Fisk become mayor of New York, that's not a new trope. This happened back in the '80s. This happened, in
Yep.
comic books a lot of times, and boy, the political atmosphere is becoming so toxic, and that's why I said, "I'm not left, I'm not right, I don't care who is, I'm not up, not down, I'm not purple, not blue, what the fuck ever," I mean, blue collar. But, I don't see anything in the first 2 episodes of, like, Trump being fucking Fisk or Fisk being Trump. I just don't see it. I mean, I don't see Fisk supporters wearing red hats. I don't see Vincent D'Onofrio trying to do a Trump impersonation. I just don't see that, and I feel like
No,
people trying to call Fisk a Trump, allegory is just really reaching
no,
to almost again, on YouTube, and like I said, if I think every episode here on out is 1 out of 10, I'll say it's 1 out of 10. If I think it's 10 out of 10, my opinion, and I'm not saying anybody who wants shit on this is wrong, well, I'll call it a fucking 10 out of 10. But trying to find things where like, okay, I'm making another YouTube video with the big headline. Hey guys, Daredevil Born Again episode 3 is like, it was more of like Fisk being fucking Trump because you're trying to get views and clicks for your YouTube channel. That's also being very disingenuous because nothing on the first 2 episodes, and even this episode right here, I don't see him doing a Trump impersonation. Simple as that. So people
no. If
really,
you wanna see a bad Trump impersonation done in your movie or TV going experience, go ahead and go watch Mickey 17, and you can watch Cuck Ruffalo do a pretty awful weirdo Trump, Elon Musk,
yeah,
preacher allegory, or amalgam rather, excuse me. If that's what you want, but that's not what this is. It's not happening. Yes, blue collar's right. Fisk became mayor in the comics. This is well known. So, and believe me, back then when all Trump was doing was running casinos and hotels and shit. So it had nothing to do with it. So you can't retroactively make something. Don't quit trying to
yeah.
fit that stuff into it. Not every white guy that's evil is Trump. Like get the fuck over it. Like
And not to
stop
mention,
it.
on my channel, I plan on, rewatching Daredevil from, the Ben Affleck one, and nobody the same fucking people say, "Hey, guys, we had no problem, right, that Michael Clark Duncan was cast as Kingpin." Okay, but then
Neither did I.
retroactive
Yeah.
what I'm saying, but then retroactively, say, for instance, like, Vincent D'Onofrio, what if they did cast a black guy again as fucking Fisk? Now you'd say, "Oh, oh, guys, look how woke this shit is." But then you
Yeah,
guys
no, I think, when you have a comic book character that's this, huge, massive, thing, it really becomes a situation like, you're kinda hard pressed to find somebody like that because it's not like Timothy Chalamet could bulk up and play Kingpin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like you gotta have a it's gonna be a situation where you gotta have a big dude. I think they were pretty smart because in early 2000s, I don't know who else they could have gotten. I would be
Right.
racking my brain. Maybe like Michael Chiklis maybe could have maybe done it.
Yeah.
I he'd have really had to bulk up for it though. I mean, that's about all I could think of. Like, I don't know who
Yeah.
else would have been better. And I thought Michael Clark Duncan did a great job.
Oh,
And
yeah, definitely.
I think Vincent D'Onofrio does a job. Am I very pleased with the direction that they're going with him now? No, I'm not. But there are things, and as we
Yeah.
progress into the explanation of this episode, after you throw up your spoilers and all that,
Yeah.
I'll say why I'm being patient with it. I'll
Okay.
explain I'll
Yeah.
explain more, but we'll get into that.
All right. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, I'm not gonna do an entire recap, but basically, okay, slides right here, and we'll get into it. I mean, I'm not gonna put down spoilers because, guys, we're doing a rewatch of the episode and breakdown. It's gonna be spoilers. I mean, if you don't want to see it, then
I mean, it's there if you want to pull it up
watch
real
it.
quick just to show it
It's,
for whatever crybaby wants to, there you go. There's your
obviously,
spoiler.
yeah. I mean, we're in episode 3, guys. Don't anyway. So the recap was basically okay. Episode 1 and 2, Fisk is mayor. All right. Fisk and Vanessa are in therapy. Not everyone's a big fan of that, but okay. It's just the marriage sucks. Let's see. And then, of course, our buddy here, White Tiger, guy trips a cop, falls into a subway train. He's dead. And Cherry finds a White Tiger outfit. And of course, Matt last episode, these two guys get into a fight with Matt. And as some people pointed out, if that guy wasn't dead, he's never walking again. But
Yeah, I was surprised because I
Jesus
was really sure
Christ.
that that guy was dead.
I mean, I'm like, all right, well, and Matt was just like,
By the way, did you notice that that one cop is, he's the SWAT team guy from Mayor of Kingstown?
I was like, this guy seems familiar, but I wasn't sure. I'm glad you called that out. Another excellent fucking show. But yeah, I did not. I was like, I know this guy from somewhere, but okay. All right. Now Matt is going to visit his defendant here, and he just goes, "Hey, did they feed you yet? Nah, they didn't feed me. It sucks." And he's just talking about this place where he's from in Puerto Rico, and there's a frog, and this place is the most beautiful place on earth. Tourists come around, tourists hate it, but it sings its name. It's just a beautiful moment. People think it's noisy and annoying, but to us, man, it's just magical. And these frogs, they made for life because it's beautiful.
Gay?
Exactly. Oh, on do I got that? It's not a professional setup. I used to have it too. Fuck. I guess I get more clips. Get
Oh,
anyway.
I mean, I have
Get
it if you want it.
no shit. Yeah, pull up. I should get that fucking clip.
Go
But
ahead and
Matt,
keep talking for a
yeah.
second.
So Matt to say that what, Hector, no doubt I'm gonna get you out of here. I promise. You will see that beach again. I'm gonna win this case. All right, and then we get to the whole intro and dun 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 dun, dun, dun. Here we go. Yeah, go Hector and his frogs.
Gay? Yeah, nobody cares, Hector. Nobody cares.
It's beautiful, you bastard. But yeah, we have the opening, and I like the new opening. It's a little tribute to Old Woman, nothing, nothing bad, and we get born again. All right. Now there is let's see, a truck driving right here,
I like the
and
scene. I like the scene
yeah,
here.
there's two guys about to drop off, and hey, he's like, "Be cool, it's a gimme." Nobody's that fucking brave. This guy pops out there. He's got the Irish accent. He's talking like this. I want your wallets and your guns right now. You know whose truck this is?
How are
I don't
you,
get.
boyos? How are you doing this evening?
You silly wee
Let's go
bastard.
ahead and have those wallets. Like, I'm the most polite hijacker you're likely to run into
Yep.
anytime
Yeah,
soon.
you're a wee bastard, and the guy gives him shit. He has no problem just, okay, well, that's not brave, and I brave you not, bitch, and then freaking he kills the second guy, like, damn, kills them both. Okay.
Well, yeah,
And
why leave a living witness, just like they say, man,
yep,
you already committed one murder, they're not gonna
yep,
execute you twice.
yeah. Now, again, to the first 2 episodes, I like the BB report because people say, like,
I do
this
too. I
people
do too.
people bitching, this isn't how New York City is. I Number 1, I'm in New York State, okay? I'm in Albany, which is about an hour and a half drive from New York City. Anybody who's been to New York City for all of, like, 13 fucking seconds, if you think this is New York City, dude, again, I don't wanna hear people that are fucking from the UK or from California. It's like
Right,
me telling you, like, like, I know what, like, Kansas is like, or, like, I know
right.
what, like, whatever, San Francisco is like. No,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I'm in New York, okay? This is vintage New York. You can bitch about the direction they're
Yeah, they
taking the
even they
show.
even got the guy eating the fucking big old slice of pizza.
Yeah, and that's you got, and this what it is too. You got people in fucking Times Square, and people invading my privacy and stuff. I got my toupee on, the BB report, and just the average person, I have no problem taking a piece and putting it to their head. That's it. And Yeah, New York City fuckers are carrying. Just like the whole I'm not from Texas, but even I know Texas, everybody's packing. And
Facts.
and just seeing like people are here. Yeah, look, the guy eating a fucking slice and stuff down there and the long dark nights and stuff too. We're eating a fucking pizza and talking to people on the street and Christ, man, fucking get out of here. But is New York gonna make it? We don't know.
You know what I like about this the most? Little BB Urich doesn't pop in to virtue signal. She's just like behind the camera asking the questions or whatever, or taping
Yeah,
people with their answers, and the people are just kind of talking and vibing or whatever. And it's not her. Did you notice that? She's
yeah.
not like in front of the camera going,
No.
"Oh, this is the
I'm a
white
strong black
man's."
woman. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
I'm
let me yeah, exactly, like, none of that's happening.
yeah.
I like
This
that, and
this just felt yeah.
it looks real to me. It looks realistic to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure where they filmed this. I mean, because I mean, New York is such a big city where you can kind of like film different cities like that. A lot of time for tax purposes, they'll go to Toronto or something, but it's just this does feel very New Yorkish. I mean, I don't know the entire goddamn city. It's a massive island.
Do you think it's like stock footage or
It could be a variety of things. I mean, also
okay.
this show did go through extensive reshoots, but definitely
Yeah,
comes to Marvel and New York City, they usually do a pretty good fucking job of keeping it as authentic as possible. But with,
okay.
I mean, who knows? But,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, we're back to Fisk and kinda why maybe he lost weight. I mean, the guy's eating eggs, but, I'm just thinking, Christ, Fisk, I have a bigger appetite than you. I mean, kinda small portions there.
Yeah, I think this is supposed to be like an allegory and show us that he's, like, really got himself under control. This
Huh,
unseasoned, this bland egg white omelet that he's
mhm,
just like eating in small little bites with the fork and the knife slowly and taking his time. I feel like this is kind of showing us this is him in control, and then they juxtapose it against and I said I would get to this, but you're at the scene. They
mhm,
juxtapose it against the fact that his knuckles are still fucked up. So what has he
yeah,
been punching?
exactly. That's what I'm wondering too. But he's here I'm having breakfast with Vanessa talking about this, painting for auction. She
By the
said she
way,
can
real quick, is
yeah,
this is the same actress, right? I may have asked that
yeah,
before, but she's the same actress from the first 3 seasons?
yeah.
Really? She looks so different.
I mean, if it was I will triple check it for you, but I'm pretty sure,
No, I believe it.
I mean, said she's a little bit older, but let's see cast. See Vanessa, let's just double check 'cause yeah, yeah, same
Yeah,
actress.
same chick.
She's 55 years old. I mean, again, 55 looks pretty good, sure.
Oh, yeah, I'd hit it. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
But, so she's talking about this painting, and she said that she closes the deal, she can make 200,000,000 through that sale. Like, god damn, man. Or I could
Yeah,
watch it,
so
sorry, watch it.
she's feeling the effects of she had that power for a
Yeah.
while he was off in Echo Land and doing fucking weirdo shit, wearing the flower, outfit and getting shot in the face
We don't talk about that.
and rehab and all the other shenanigans. So
Mm,
she was running the show for a little while, and, like anything else, she's running the show. She liked running the show. She likes
yeah,
the power, that gives her, not just the money and the prestige, but she likes the fact
yeah,
that, she was in charge of these dangerous people and they were doing what she wanted. There's a measure of, it feels good to be, wrangling the wills of men, so to speak, and she's missing it now.
mm,
She's not digging the whole let's go honest, as if there really is such a thing as an honest politician, but
yeah,
whatever. Let's go legit and live in the governor or mayor's mansion and, talk about, tax proposals and shit like that. Like she wants to, organize the mob the way that she had them before and stuff.
yeah,
So
'cause she
obviously what we saw in the previous scene was one gang going up against the Irish gang, and
mhm.
obviously with the both of them gone, there's a power vacuum, and people are vying for control of the syndicates.
Yeah, and she tells him that he's just basically saying that, "Well, now I'm in office. I have better goals and bigger things, and just that whole the squabbles. These lesser people aren't worth us anymore." And his second in charge is like, "Hey, the Red Hook situation, the port, and it doesn't help sell the place as a destination." And of course, but she is right there. They're misbehaving because there's no one at the head of the table.
Yeah,
She says, "Without you or me there, they turn on each other." But Fisk just said, "You know what then? They're just rats at the bottom of the barrel. Let them kill each other." But Vanessa, she is right, though. The thing is, situations like that, if you ignore these fuckers, eventually they'll start coming for you.
Well, I mean, I think she's right, but I don't think she's being genuine about why she gives a shit. I think she only gives a shit because she wants to be the one in control. I don't think she really cares if they all kill each other off. She doesn't care,
Yeah,
but she wants to be steering the ship,
yeah.
so to speak.
Right, that world, that kind of violence, the petty blood feuds, not our concern. And like you said, look at his fucking hand again, man. Damn, what was he doing? See, yeah, he was fucking somebody up. But then of course it goes to it's funny how it goes from Fisk's hand, then it shows Matt's hand. Matt's hand is still fucked up after his last fight. It's kind of funny how it's like I couldn't tell if it's the same hand, but either way, Matt was watching his hands, and this guy comes in here and hey, you don't need glasses inside, you know that, right? And of course, like he said, how this guy isn't fucking dead, okay, but it's like
Well,
sure,
he's still pretty tough from working in Kingstown,
yeah.
apparently.
But you get the whole like, yes, apparently you're a blind lawyer that can fight, and they're going back and forth. And Murdoch, I could tell the judge and tell the judge about you and get you kicked out. And he goes, yeah, but I can get you kicked out since you're tampering with the fucking witness. And little friggin' little tit for tat and stuff. I'll see you in court, officer. Matt's got the smile because Matt knows that we got the witness. And Matt knows we got you by the balls. All right,
Yeah.
cool. And
Well,
this
he thinks so anyway.
well, right now, yeah. Now, this is well, obviously little signs. It's already confirmed. John Bernthal's in this season, so he's coming. It's not
Okay.
even a fucking spoiler. In fact, even John Bernthal is working on a Punisher something, a mini movie or short story. But either way, he's writing and I guess producing it. So, but
Well, that's cool.
yeah, and he says like apparently this was well, we'll get into it more because remember last episode when the cops had a fucking Punisher tattoo? They said they are going to deal with the situation of the Punisher and dealing with corrupt cops. But the thing is, again, that's nothing new. The Punisher has his own beliefs and symbols and what he stands for. It's no problem and no any kind of again woke ideology to think that there are corrupt cops and corrupt cops have existed in 10,000 fucking TV shows and movies. The Punisher going after corrupt cops is not some kind of modern day woke ideology of the Punisher. Like the shit I hear online, I'm like, fucking A, shut up. Um,
Yeah.
so Cherry and the other guy here, so the witness and stuff, he's just giving him some drugs because he's like, listen, man, I need you friggin' not on the fucking stand puking and sweating your brains out. All right, man. It's like, cool, give me my fix because I'm a loser. Now they're back inside the courtroom. And well, before we get into this door talks, this is basically a big fucking courtroom episode.
If you're hoping for comic book shenanigans, this ain't going to deliver for you.
Yeah. A
This is
lot of
mostly courtroom shit. Think of like
Law and
the
Order.
episode after the Punisher was captured and he was on the stand the whole time. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what this episode delivers.
Yeah. So, the guy there, I forgot the
White
defense
Tiger?
lawyer. Well,
Oh,
the defense lawyer, he's just basically just going back and forth saying, "This guy's a great officer, he's got all his recommendations, so did his
well,
partner."
he's not a defense lawyer. That you mean the one? He's the
Or yeah,
prosecutor.
sorry, yeah,
He's the
Vok
district
there.
attorney.
I think it's Bach or Vok, I can't remember. Yeah, the
Yeah,
DA
I
guy.
mean he's Becca's dad from Pitch Perfect. That's the only thing
There
I
you
know him
go,
from.
yeah. But he's basically blowing up to the jury, like, how perfect these cops are, and they're decorated officers, and White Tiger's a piece of shit. And he just the whole, like, the whole weeping, like, or not weeping, but, yeah, freaking damn guy came out of nowhere and killed my partner and stuff, and just out of nowhere, and Matt just freaking Matt can just hear the heartbeat and stuff and knows it's full of bullshit. But it's funny, even so, the whole White Tiger guy, he's just looking Hector, his fucking heart's pumping, and Matt can hear it, like, he's just reliving that moment and shit, and I still feel like he feels real guilt about that cop dying because this guy is a fucking superhero. He didn't want this stupid ass cop to die. But yeah, me and the guy are partners for 8 years. Still Matt being a dick. So, yeah, I told you had a black eye there because Matt can't see it, obviously. Yeah, how'd you get that black eye? I just something happened. But there's this thing they say in boxing that the best cure for black eye is fast hands. Like, so Matt fucking got him.
I love Matt can be petty when he wants to be.
Yes, you really can. I was like, "Oh, fucking sustain, you piece of shit." But, yeah, Matt's questioning him like, "So, the 2 of us were 2 lone cops, nobody else was there, okay, and this guy comes in pushing my partner. No passengers, trains, no bums, nothing. Just 2 of us, that's it, okay." Which means there definitely wasn't a confidential informant that I rescued last episode, and some guy named Nicky, he's like, "Yeah, I never heard of him." Yeah, even though Nicky, on cop file, Nicky is a confidential informant, it's records of it, but okay. In fact, he used to work with you and Officer Shanahan directly. Yeah, I know nothing about that. I don't know. I don't know him." It's like, bullshit. Then right there, there again too, man, the fucking Punisher tattoo, and yeah, he's like, he cannot testify, and of course, Matt hears that, so he knows they're going after him. Simple as that, man. Now, is it just me? I'd go back and rewind this. I mean, I guess they're showing his wife right there, yeah, Torres, fucking Hector. They're showing his wife for a second, dude. I guess not, but like to the right of her, you see right there. I swear that was John Bernthal. I don't know why. I just, but
Nah.
I guess he wouldn't be there. But for a second, I'm just like, because I'm waiting for him to pop up. I guess it's gonna be a big reveal. He won't just pop up subtly. But for a second, I'm like, why is zooming in on this guy right there to the right? But I'm like, that's mostly because of his wife. That's why. Just come on, I love John Bernthal. But yeah, so Cherry has to take this guy, friggin' Nikki, and bring him to the courtroom. And don't worry, I like that. Looking at the doors isn't going to get them here any faster. And she's like, "How do you know I'm looking at the doors? Like, you're blind." I
I'm a
just
very good lawyer.
exactly. And Sherry's being chased down by a cop for some reason. A cop on a bike, almost like they know something. And little chase scene and stuff. And I'm like, and he knocks it. He's like, hold on, Your Honor. Couple seconds will be here. Fucking knocks on the freaking window. Hey, cop. And he's like, yeah, well, I'm an ex-cop as well. He's like, all right, asshole. Open the fucking van. Good on Cherry, man. Opens the van up and like, hey, he's not here, dickhead. Gotcha.
Wah, wah,
Yep.
wah.
So cool. Matt's won the fucking case because we got friggin' Nikki. Nikki pops up to here. Matt's like, oh, good. My star witness. All right, cool. All right, you're on the station here for the record. I'm Nikki, but Nikki's looking around, scared shitless, staring at the fucking cops and stuff. But he gives him his backstory. 8 months ago, he was pinched for dealing, et cetera, et cetera. All the cops are staring at the son of a bitch, and basically became a CI. Okay, help out. You mean a confidential informant? So, Mister Torres, is that what you're doing on New Year's Eve? And he goes, nah. I mean, I was down there, but like next thing you hear, dum dum, dum dum dum, looking around, and I'm like, is this fucker gonna do the right thing? Or is he gonna friggin' crack? And he goes, no, I was home all night. I wasn't at the platform. Matt's like, you mother. It's like he didn't
Yeah,
say it, but you're like, you son of a bitch, you just cost the entire fucking case. Oh man.
yeah. Yeah, it goes south on him, and then, what follows is Matt decides, "All right, well, this we're not gonna be able to play this thing straight," so he has to pull, kind of a Hail Mary pass with
How
the
often does
next
Matt swear? This is
yeah,
bullshit.
with the next thing that he's gonna have to pull off, it's gonna have to be something that's, a little out of box. So we got the fixer for, I mean, I would assume he works for both, Wilson
Yeah.
Fisk and the wife, I
We
would
don't know what this
assume
guy
that.
is yet, but there's something. He's not just like the kingpin's like politician guy or something.
Right.
Yeah.
So he comes in to speak to the mob group that got ripped off
Some
and kind
mistakes.
of smooth things over, and they're not having it. They wanna go to war, and they're not gonna listen to a lackey and yada yada, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
And, basically he just kinda checks them and puts them in a place like, "You guys don't really have a choice. You're gonna have to figure out a way to get along, and because, I'm
Yeah.
working for the man," as far as
Yeah.
that goes. So I guess we would assume that this was not sent by, Vanessa, was sent by Wilson. And then
Mhm.
we get to Matt and his crew. They're drowning their sorrows because the shit didn't work out as
And
planned, even with all their squirming and moving around. And I think this
like,
is probably where Matt starts to develop the idea of what he's gonna do in court the next time that they go in, and he's gonna have to
mm.
do something rather unorthodox in order to save the client.
Yeah, he basically says that, you know what, then we'll put Hector on the fucking stand and we have to just hope that the friggin' jury sees him the same way we do. And it's a
Yeah.
big swing, but we're at this point, we're out of fucking options. We just have to go big or go home. And of course, she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're about to get a lot more Birdman. I'm like, oh, my favorite part of the fucking episode. Mm,
I figured you'd like that.
yes, that's why I had to save it for. But
So we're
so yeah,
back to Vanessa and Fisk, and her understanding of the situation, and she might not be wrong, is that he's kind of freezing her out. They're at the therapist's office. So let
mm,
me go ahead and address the elephant in the room. This is the thing. So I have my problems with this whole therapy thing, and I'm gonna explain why, just really briefly. Now, it isn't because it makes him look like a cuck, which it kind of does, but whatever. And it's not because it's like, oh, the whole Vanessa, oh, honey, I'm cheating, so we have to go to therapy bullshit, which is a sad and tired trope both in real life and in the media,
yeah,
not unironically. But my problem is this. I've seen this in The Sopranos. I've seen this in Analyze This. I've seen this in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the TV series and the movie. You're doing illegal activities and you're going to therapy to try to fix some underlying problem that you have that's probably being caused by whatever uh, illegal doings that you're doing. But you can't talk about the illegal doings and you have to talk in code or not address it at all. So, what is the point of even going to the fucking therapy? The only time I've ever seen this work to my satisfaction is like on Mr. In Between when he has to go to anger management therapy because he tunes people up or whatever. And, he's forced to be there. They're volunteer. But even on that show, it's done better because he just tells the truth. He's like, hey, mate, well, I all messed up a couple of blokes because they were talking bad in front of my daughter. So that's a terrible accent. Sorry. But, it doesn't work in these other movies and shows
Yeah,
because you wouldn't get anything from therapy because the therapist, you might as well just be telling them complete make-believe stories because that's
yeah.
basically what you're doing. You're not telling them the truth. And not that I'm not a big go to therapy type of guy, obviously. Gee, Lord Toxic, what a shocker. Um, but I think that if you are gonna go, you gotta be fucking honest, or else you're not gonna
Mm,
get anything out of it. It would be like going to the gym and pretending to pick up weights just
mm,
so people looking at you think you're doing it, but in reality, you swap the weights out with, like, inflatable plastic weights that don't weigh
yeah.
anything. You're not gonna get anything out of it, so, like, what are you doing? So they have their little
Mm,
argument where she feels like enough that's the end of my rant there, by the way.
yeah. Well,
Um,
maybe it's because, like, they're both in denial. Like, "Oh, therapy will help us." No, it won't.
yeah, I don't know. I really don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, again, it's a tired trope and it doesn't except for that one exception I said with Mr. In Between, it doesn't work. And again, even on that show, even though he's telling the truth, he's not getting anything out of therapy except he doesn't have to go to jail.
yeah,
So, it's just dumb. It's a dumb trope,
mm,
Hollywood. Stop using it. It doesn't work.
yeah.
But her
Yeah.
feeling is he's freezing her out as a punishment for fucking this other dude.
My penance for Adam.
And, he's saying, no, it's not about that. I think we're gonna find out that he's got the boyfriend locked up in a fucking
Dude, I
cage
mean,
somewhere, and the reason his knuckles are busted
he's
is
like
that, like, each night he's just going back and beating the dog shit out of this kid.
he's
Or
he's probably beating him too and then masturbating afterwards.
I'm waiting for her to say something like, "I haven't heard from Adam in many weeks. You
It's
didn't
like
do anything to him, did
he's
you?"
like,
And he's like,
"The hand I beat him
"No,
with
of
too is
course not. Of
the
course
hand I."
not. I definitely don't have him in a basement in Hell's Kitchen somewhere, and
Yep,
I'm beating the shit out of him on a nightly basis."
and I use his blood as lube.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. That was that was dark, buddy.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, back to the courtroom scene, and so just Matt, well, friggin' last ditch effort, last straw, puts him on a stand, and just asks him what happened at night. He basically said he bought some flowers. He's been living with his sister and
Yeah.
his niece,
Blah,
and
blah, blah.
yeah,
Sad story, blah, blah, blah.
look at her, man. She loves her husband, and they're poor
Yeah.
too. I mean, come on, it's a cliche of like it's like Spartan man. Poor Hector, he's the white tiger. He came for his own fucking apartment. Like times are
Right.
tough, man.
Yeah. No, no doubt.
Even superheroes can't pay bills. God damn it.
Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, basically, this fucking Matt just says that Nikki Torres was there. I didn't know these were cops, and then announced that, and friggin' the one guy fucking tripped, and he died. Okay, it just happened so fast. Let's see. He's like, yeah, tells the jury, I don't want no one to get hurt because he didn't. He's a great guy. But of course, Matt asks him like, hey, you decided to risk your own safety to help a stranger. Why? Well, it was the right thing to do. But he goes, but Hector, the thing is, not your first time. Wait, what do you mean? He's like, what we talk about? He's like, you done this before? He's like, Your Honor, the jury. He's like, I want to tell everybody right now that this is, he says right there, the white tiger. Hector, are you not the white tiger? And everyone's like, oh God, why would you do this for? What's the big reveal? They go back into the chambers, and the fucking judge is like, in my chambers, and freaking just lays into fucking Matt like, you told us in the previous episode that we shouldn't share this information in public. But Matt was like, well, the problem is the fucking cops just messed up my star witness, and I'm kind of out of options here, which
Yeah, I don't
is
know if
not
that's
wrong.
true. I don't know if this strategy I can see, like, I'm sure an open bar this week, this strategy is gonna get picked apart. I mean, me personally, I'm not a lawyer. Obviously, I'm pretty familiar with the legal realm. I would have probably dug into the fact that, the guy's an Iraqi war vet. I probably would have gone that route, and then I
Yeah.
could have kept the whole white tiger shit. But then again, I don't know if he could have pulled people from his unit, and then you could make an argument that, well, shit, they pretty much did that with Punisher in
Yeah.
season 2 of Daredevil. So I mean, it's really a double. And what it amounts to is, we had to see that Matt was in a desperate situation,
Yeah.
and also Matt's probably thinking, win, lose, or draw, this is basically going to stop Ayala from ever putting on the medallion and the white tiger uh, thing again, and make him understand that this is just not a viable option. It's
Yeah.
not something that, win, lose, or draw, you can't do this no more.
Well, because
That's
initially the
probably
yeah.
what he was thinking anyways.
Well, I was gonna say because initially the thing is Matt knew that they could get to the witness, and of course, friggin' Nikki, and of course, Nikki, once he's a witness, he proves that Hector didn't kill these guys, no problem. Then the public wanted to know about his white tiger. That was his plan. Obviously, that plan is fucked up. So now he's thinking, and he reveals this that okay, well, you know what? Then the white tiger is a superhero. He's a vigilante, whatever, and he has a very good public reputation. So now my new tactic is I initially didn't want to know he's a white tiger, but fuck it, I have to basically saves the white tiger because it's better than him going to prison for murdering a cop. So I'm kind of I am out of options. I'm just going big or going home. And that's what he's telling the judge. Like I have nothing fucking left, man. It's such a desperate last ditch effort. And that's why he says his alter ego is critical to the case. And he's like, all right, well, he's like, look, it's out already. So I'd say the ship is sailed. We can't do redaction. The press is gonna know about it. And Matt tells him, didn't mean disrespect to you or the court, Your Honor, but I kind of didn't have no choice. And of course, this guy's like, yeah, man. He's like, now I've got like a pyramid of hundreds of DAs and ADAs, and basically tells Matt he's fucked from here on out. And oh well. He's like, yeah, you'll be able to stumble in the traffic court about somebody being up your ass, and we'll deal with it. But yeah, and right here, BB back in the street, and this is a Hispanic guy, and some people would say it's racial, but no, he's like, yeah, I feel like he won't get a fair trial because he's Puerto Rican. But again, man, I live in fucking New York, man. If you think I'll hear about racism, especially as a city transit worker and people that work in the food industry or the service industry, you hear about the shit every goddamn day. And some people feel this way. And maybe they're right, maybe they're not. I don't know. But he tells Matt that, hey, it's kind of messed up what you did. Wasn't your secret to tell. And he's like, just trying to keep you out of prison, buddy. But he goes, Hector, as you're saying earlier, toxic. Hector, if you are acquitted, thing is, you can't put that suit back on. And it's almost like Matt definitely is projecting himself onto Hector. And Hector just gives him the whole speech of like Matt, hint, hint, that man, being the white tiger, it's more than just putting on a suit. It's who I am. It's a way of life. You might as well tell me to stop breathing. Hint, hint, Matt, maybe fucking some people need to be a superhero. And of course, Matt, this is Matt on him. I think you might be surprised at how much you don't miss being him. And that's, nah, Matt, you're wrong. And yeah, back to the courtroom and stuff. And this guy now, so they're basically getting different witness testimonies of the white tiger. So different people saying, he saved me. This one girl's like, hey, he saved me when I was there. Police report. Now, even the fucking cops, they start pulling out police reports where cops are saying, hey, the white tiger saved this one cop, saved this other cop, help this one cop out, blah, blah, blah. They keep going and going and going. So even though fucking cops and even the cops looking around like, yeah, shit, we're right. This guy's been helping our asses out. In fact, he's even saved a couple of us from being killed on more than one
Yeah.
occasion.
So this kind of shoots my theory in the dick. I mean, because it's like I would have gone with his, to keep his vigilante secret, I probably would have gone with his military record. But
Yeah,
I mean, when the fact is that he's on trial for killing a cop, so having other cops say good stuff about him, and that actually counts a lot more. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't a bad tactic that Matt went with.
yeah,
I'll say that to say this though, which is that as good as Matt does here, and as believable as Ayala the White Tiger is,
too.
uh, eh, you know, it's the fact that you got to give some credit to this actor, Becca's dad from Pitch Perfect as the prosecutor.
Oh, yeah.
His argument was pretty motherfucking compelling.
Yeah,
I was sitting there like, I was like, "Oh, dude, this is
yeah,
closing argument wise." Because it's like, yeah, good people can do bad stuff. Bad people can do good stuff. Good
yeah.
people can do good stuff.
Well, yeah,
People do stuff all the time. Just because he did a bunch of good stuff doesn't mean that on that night he didn't do it, because right then and there, I'm like, well, they're going to at least get him for manslaughter.
Yeah.
So, at least
Well,
that was
because
my
Matt closed out but just saying like, "Hey, why would he, the White Tiger, go against the cops for, especially without his magical amulet that gives him superhuman strength and agility?" And it's like, that's I feel like when Matt says that, where he's like, "Would any of you walk into battle with one arm tied behind your back?" Like,
yeah,
no.
good point.
Well, and like you said though, but then, so Matt just says, "Community safe, people love him, blah blah." So of course, and he's like, and Matt's like, "Why would he murder a cop in cold blood? He wouldn't." But hey, like you said, Hotspur there. Like he said, "Man, I get up every day. I kiss my wife. I call my kids. I go see my mother. Am I a good man? Maybe a good person?" And he gives this fucking big speech of like, bad people can do good things, and good people can do bad things. Ooh, yeah. Hector may have done some good things, but still. And then he lays it into like, hey, tells the jury, leans over. So you know what happens to a person when hit by a train? It's like all your bones break.
Yeah, do you think
You're
that's true? Do you think that's true what he's saying?
fuck no. He says a vehicle is hitting you at 60 miles an hour, 200,000 pounds of steel. You think anyone's surviving this shit? It's like, dude, man, come on. But
He's like,
it's
"Yeah, no, you're still alive until the train backs up." I'm like,
yeah,
"Really?
yeah, like yeah.
I don't think that's
But here's
true."
the kicker: you're still alive. And he goes, "What kills you is when you take the train and they reverse the train, and then you pop like a balloon." I'm like,
But I'll tell you what, man, Becca's dad here makes a pretty freaking compelling argument because
yeah,
I was sitting there just like, all right, well, whatever else is gonna happen, they're
yeah.
not gonna get him for murder, but they're gonna at least get him for manslaughter.
Well, I do like, and but this is almost like the Spider-Man, J. Jonah Jameson, even Fisk is like, well, the thing is, okay. Bottom line though is that these cops right here, they'll swear an oath. They're all good cops because there's no corrupt cops at all. Corrupt
Yeah,
cops don't
no,
exist.
not New
Wink,
York.
wink,
Yeah,
wink.
no,
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, New
yeah,
York, totally all good cops. Yep,
yeah.
all of
But
them.
then the whole anti-vigilante. Listen, but the difference is these cops, these law-abiding officers, they don't wear a mask. They're not hiding. They're out there doing the right thing.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
good
Look,
guys.
real heroes don't need to hide, unlike, other
Yeah.
people. Yeah. But and so that's his closing argument. Also, just want to showcase it again. I'm pretty sure this is fucking NYC. That's a goddamn great shot. Holy
I don't
shit,
know,
man.
I don't know if this is a real this may not be real because where's the Twin Towers?
True. Yeah. We actually, well, they've actually been rebuilding those. So, but this
Why? What
again,
happened?
huh? Something happened a long
Oh,
time
did
ago.
something happen?
Yeah,
Oh.
about 20.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, been 24 years now. Shit,
oh, wow.
time flies.
Was it
Yeah.
bad? We didn't have
I
to go to war or anything, did we?
no, of course not. It didn't happen. Like war.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
This scene right here, and I told you this, man. You know what? Again, criticisms aside, man. This fucking the music right here when Matt walks in, the chorus and the echo. I thought this fucking music was fantastic.
Yeah,
This whole scene when Matt walks in just by himself and just looking around and what not look at what technically looking around, just feeling around, but like the chorus was really good. I'm like, I like probably my favorite just in terms of vocals. The music in the scene was fantastic. And Matt's back in the courthouse and just all right. And he has right there. See, look, he still has what Karen gave him, the chipped horn, because Matt, it's definitely what's happening with Hector is reflecting on him. Like, man, why fuck should I go back to being Daredevil?
yeah.
It's weighing on him. But of course, yeah, they come back and everyone's waiting. Like you said, I'm just like waiting. Like, are they gonna fucking what's gonna happen? I mean, I'm really curious because if he is found guilty, then Matt that'll kind of push Matt over the edge, maybe. But we'll see what happens. And like you said, they hit him with fucking murder, manslaughter, and they acquitted him of everything. And holy shit, man, everyone's just like, hey, cool. We won the day. All right, cool. And of course, some of the cops are fucking pissed off, like this one right here, son of a bitch cop killer. It's or because they're corrupt and shit. He got our partner killed. And of course, Fisk has been watching this entire case, and he happens to be watching the case that Matt was proceeding over, right? But how do you feel about the mayor calling all vigilantes cop killers? Plus, you, Murdoch, you support cop killers, and damn Fisk. But no further comment, guys. And there he is, all just looking like that bastard Murdoch. And so he tells him, yeah, your friend BB, I want to talk to her. Okay. And one thing, some people, because Matt's back with his girlfriend doing a little victory lap and having a conversation, cooking her dinner. I watched this scene a second time, and again, people's criticisms, right? Charlie Cox, how fucking detailed, because as a wise man once said, details matter. like, man, the way he looks like a fucking blind guy cooking, like, small things where he grabs a glass, he's fucking tapping the glass with his
I
fingers,
noticed that
and
too. Yeah,
yes, and
yeah,
then, like, even, like, the friggin' steam right there, the steam, he pulls up the fucking the lid and puts his hand like this, he's testing fucking for the heat, but watch the
yeah.
scene again, and again, you never see Charlie Cox looking down, he's always looking straight ahead, and he's, like, actually
Uh-huh.
feeling his way through this entire fucking scene. He's not like most people would, if you can see, if you're chopping something or pouring a glass, you look down and pour a glass. Like, I mean, you could do it right here, But he's going through the motions while looking straight the entire fucking time. Like
Yeah.
his mimicking of being a blind guy is so fucking perfect in a scene where I'm like, all these small details, I just respect the shit out of it, man.
Yeah, no, facts. That's facts. Yeah, definitely, wait until, you guys have already fucked before you
Oh
start
yeah,
sticking your finger in her drink and stuff like that because, Blue Collar does that, and now he's
yeah.
on, probation.
Well,
So,
joking aside, like you said, like last episode though, or no, episode one, you respected the fact that Charlie Cox was making dinner in the dark.
right, but now
You
because he
know,
has a guest, he has
Well,
the
no,
light.
I'm just saying, but just like all the small details where everyone's like, "Oh, this show's a fucking 1 out of 10." I'm like, I
Yeah,
gotta respect him small. At least Charlie Cox, his acting, don't fucking. He's really doing
yeah,
a
well,
good
you
job,
can't
man.
well, Blue Collar, you can't be a birthday clown critic if you point out the good stuff. You have to just point out the bad stuff. So,
Oh yeah,
but
so
again.
his hand right
But
there.
yeah, no,
But
good scene, good little, to Foggy, and listen, sorry that everyone's fucking vagina hurts that Foggy
yeah,
died.
you mentioned Foggy
Foggy was
dying.
not a great character, I don't care that he's dead, like, I
Yeah,
like I if Angel or whatever his name is not Angel, why'd I say Angel? I'm so racist. If,
yeah,
uh, what's the cop that's a private investigator now for him? What's his name?
Cherry.
Cherry. What did I say? Angel? God, I'm such a racist piece of shit.
Yeah,
If Cherry is Foggy's replacement, I like him better. Like he's got
yeah.
a gun, he can do shit. I much prefer the PI to the kind of, useless fucking Foggy. Like what did Foggy do except maybe intervene one time in a gang member and told him, you're gonna need a good lawyer to represent you, which was a cool scene, but I mean, what has he really done besides, "No, Matt, I don't want you to go be vigilante Daredevil."
Yeah.
Like, nah, I'm good with who they replaced him with,
Uh,
I don't have any kinda issue with it.
it was
And,
kind of.
Karen go ahead.
Oh, no, see, just small comedy. Matt was telling her that this bottle right there, that only opened it when it was time to, friggin' drink,
Celebrate a case,
celebrate, and
yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, sweet, this bottle is look how full this bottle is."
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, and she's fine too, like, she's attractive,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't have an issue with her. I think it's a little contrived with the fact that she's the therapist, but I mean, it's a fucking TV show. They're gonna make contrivances like that for whatever. And maybe there's a reason why she is. Maybe there's something else going on that we don't yet know about it. I mean, it is Matt Murdock's girlfriend, so there may be, remember he was
Mhm.
banging his rival assassin, who also happened to go to college with him. So I mean,
Yeah.
who know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have that big of a issue with it. And I was never that big of a Karen fan.
Mm.
I didn't. I mean, she was hot and everything, but she didn't really. I wasn't just like, oh, good. I'm watching this show for Karen. So I mean, if they were replaced, like I much prefer the Karen and Frank Castle dynamic than the Karen and Matt dynamic.
Yeah.
As far as that goes. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a good scene. Cute little scene here. And then kind of it does its job, which is to kind of set you at ease and
Mm.
make you think that everything's cool right before the rug gets pulled out from under you.
Well, I paused right there because look what she said. She said the thing, the episode, the hollow.
May God hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did go to Catholic school, but I wouldn't pretend to say that I know
Well, I'll
what
just
that
say,
means.
well, because what the name of episode 3 is called, "The Hollow of His Hand."
No, I know that, but
Yeah.
I don't know what the meaning of this phrase is exactly,
Oh, yeah, no,
besides the
no,
fact
I
that
have
it's
no idea.
obviously it's some sort of religious thing, and it's
Yeah.
obviously it's, what do you call it? Part of the,
Yeah.
title of the episode, so
Now, again, they show no, Fisk is talking to BB and like, look at his left hand, all those fucked up knuckles, and
yeah.
but she's doing her podcast and just he goes to the whole like, yeah, the verdict was a absolute miscarriage of justice, and just he has such a deliberate way of using certain terms and words. Like I would be like, it was a fucked up situation. This guy's like, no, an absolute miscarriage. Like, damn, Fisk, you're so elaborate. But she's like, sir, "Hey, a court and jury found him guilty. Found him sorry, not guilty. I myself understand about courts because they did the same thing to me. And now look, I'm mass vigilante and a veteran of the NYPD, a stand-up guy. You know, he definitely wasn't corrupt. Lies dead." Because also Fisk knows this guy's fucked up. So it is like you mentioned the whole therapy situation where Fisk is still just as corrupt as he's always been. And of course, what's Hector doing? He's gearing up again because he's Hector. He can't stop. But these vigilantes are a threat to any society that's based on the rule of law. He's got look his amulet. His amulet makes him bulletproof, and he can't be hurt with this amulet. Definitely, sure.
I don't think it's supposed to make him bulletproof. I think it just enhances his abilities. Because if
No,
it makes him bulletproof, he definitely needs to take it back to the store.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's bulletproof. Yeah, but he puts his Nike helmet, his Nike mask on. All right, and but Fisk is like, yeah, any man who wears a mask to cover his face is just he's bad. Kill them all. But yeah, so Hector's going out there. He's on a beat and walking around, and these vigilantes, they're not heroes. And yeah, so then here's a woman screaming. And Hector starts fucking running. And but of course, like Fisk is like, yeah, the acquittal of Hector Ayala demands that I keep it. And right behind him, if anybody can see this guy hiding right here behind a bush. And I'm like, maybe he's just going to take Hector and kick his ass. You know, he's definitely not going to shoot him. But walks up to Hector and just like boom, and just like I captured it again. Took me a couple tries because it was hard to find it. But like right there, look at that shit. Jesus Christ. Oh, poor Hector.
Looks like something else that we know.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Oh, white tiger, no.
Yeah, but like, damn, fucking the detail on that shit, just like, but bullet kissing clatters. And I'm assuming it's that we don't see the face, but that cop that looked at him like that evil look. And yep, and of course the guy walks away. And what do we see? It must have been the Punisher because Frank Castle is known for killing vigilantes. Definitely had to be the Punisher, even though it didn't show his face or show John Bernthal, but it was him. Yeah, and that's the end of the episode. So as you said, I this was people expecting fight scenes. If you go back and watch 3 seasons of Daredevil, Matt wasn't in the costume. Well, actually, season 1, he didn't get the red costume until the very end, but, the traditional black costume, he wasn't fighting every single episode. Some episodes are slower than others, but I did like said all the small details with Matt, the way he's cooking, the whole juxtaposition about him being Daredevil, not wanting to be Daredevil, the way, like, the jury came together and just they saw White Tiger being a good person. And also, at this point, I mean, what's your guess for next, I guess, next episode, next arc? Do you think Fisk sent this guy or are these guys working on their own? It's hard to tell right now. I don't know.
It is hard to tell. If I mean, the first thing that I thought was, if you get, arrested, you're responsible for the death of a cop, whether by accident or design, doesn't matter. I
Mm.
mean, the very next thing you should be doing is looking for fucking property in Nevada.
I was
I
thinking
mean,
that as well, but I'm glad you said that because I was thinking I wanted to ask your opinion about that. But
no, yeah, listen, dude, I don't even like the fact that my car is registered under my name because, all a tertiary check uh on my vehicle, the tags, they run my driver's license and it
yeah,
pops up, oh, look, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. Yeah, it was an off-duty cop, and yeah, it was something that I didn't realize was going on at the time, but listen, it's
mm.
there, and I certainly don't want to get tuned up. So, that make now, and that guy lived and everything's fine. He's completely okay.
Wait, you said
Uh,
tuned up. So you tell me it's impossible for in real life that if a cop hears about you attacked a cop or fought a cop may take retribution against you.
yeah,
And
no,
that,
exactly,
it only
exactly.
happens in the movies. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, especially with one being dead and he's never coming back and you just got acquitted,
Mm.
that's not gonna sit too well. I would be like, "Yeah, you know what, honey? I think we're gonna regroup and maybe move to Kansas," or something along those lines, but instead, not only does he double down, he puts on his fucking costume and his little gay pendant and goes out to go do
His
I
pendant,
don't
which,
know what.
which makes him bulletproof.
I mean, clearly not. Clearly not.
He should have
And,
bought that. He should have bought that shit at the fucking at the pawn shop.
I mean, fucking obviously, this is not the Punisher. I mean,
Yeah.
that's dumb. That's not the Punisher. He doesn't walk up and shoot. He does shoot people, but he doesn't do it mafioso style.
Yeah, I swear I
Um,
heard some asshole saying like, okay, why what the Punisher's in the season? Why is he going after fucking cops for the Punisher's and a cop killer? I'm like, do you understand the difference between cop and corrupt cop? And Frank Castle,
Right.
trust me,
Right.
will mow down any.
Criminal is a criminal is a criminal. And also from the trailer that we saw, Frank is not wearing his Punisher gear when he's first put upon by Daredevil to ask him for help, and he's got the full beard thing he had going on in Punisher season 2 for a little bit. So I mean,
Yeah,
whatever he's doing, maybe he's breaking more concrete walls or some shit. I don't fucking know. But
yeah,
he's probably not doing Punisher shit. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. Doesn't matter. But whatever. They've these dirty cops have co-opted his Punisher symbol, which is not, listen, there's dudes that were in Iraq. They put Punisher on their fucking Humvees and their tactical weapons and shit like that. So I mean, it's very common to do that. So that's probably what is going on right now, and
yeah,
and that's why Matt is going to draft, the real Punisher, Frank Castle, into, helping him because he's like, hey, these people are wearing your gear, they're, have your symbol, and then they're doing these murders and whatever else in your name, and I need you to help me make it right. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I guess we should. There's another elephant in the room, and I guess we should address it. Do you want to do it?
No, let's just start on.
Well, if you're bothered by the suddenness of this, course of events with the White Tiger, here's the bottom line, guys. The actor that plays him, I don't have his name. Maybe my partner can pull it up.
Oh, sure.
The actor that plays Ayala, aka the White Tiger, he passed away in December 2023. So if there was a bunch of reshoots and there was a bunch of stuff that maybe doesn't quite line up, well, it's because the guy died. And listen, it happens. It's unfortunate, but and he died of cancer, nothing to be done for it. And he passed away. So that's probably why his character was written out, and he didn't get to finish all the scenes that he was going to finish. Maybe this was where they were going to go with it anyway. It kind of seems a little abrupt. And if that's the case, then hey, it is what it is, man. Actors die. People on TV shows and movies pass away, and they have to kind of come up with, ways in which their
Yeah.
characters get written off. And this guy's been dead for almost 2 years.
Yeah, wow, man, he died Christmas Eve. That sucks.
Oh,
Jesus.
wow.
Yeah, December 24,
Well,
2023.
those
And
acts of God really stick it in and break it off, don't they?
nice. Yeah, man.
So yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea of why we've had so many delays, or at least that's an explanation for some of them. Whether or not
Yeah,
I'm curious to see what other people who the birthday clown critics are gonna say about this. They're like,
yeah,
oh, he just did all that just to get him shot in the head. Well, the guy's dead. What do you want me to do?
yeah. He
There's
was
nothing to be done for
yeah,
him.
56 years old. Boy, yeah. Sucks. I mean, just yeah, rest in it's it is kind of like, messed up. Well, not messed up, but it is kind of weird. Like the guy, his last scene is being shot in the head, and he dies in real life. Like, oh damn. But I mean, if the character was killed, but also maybe too, like if we figured the actor being on screen, residuals and stuff, and whatever payouts, probably go to his family, which is good too. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. All
Well,
right, man.
R.I.P. White Tiger.
Yep, Kamar. His name's Kamar or whatever. De Los Reyes. All right. Yeah. So I mean, so overall, I think this is a good episode. I've not seen any of like well, it was a pure acting episode, but I thought it said Matt's acting. In fact, not the whole cast. So you said the guy, the DA there, his acting was good, and the judge, everybody involved. Fisk. I mean, I'm still not sure what we're going with Vanessa yet, but I think it's a solid episode. I have no complaints about it, really. I mean, like you said, I'm sure some people that are more versed in law than us will, but like Matt's case was just the fucking guy Nikki there was scared shitless by the cops because we've already seen what corrupt cops can do, and they're building up to something with the Punisher. But we'll find out what happens next. I'm assuming Bernthal. I mean, he's going to be here sooner than later. But I mean, I have no complaints with this episode. Just and as I said earlier, I think the music was fantastic. Some great wide shots in New York City, showing BB as you said earlier. Whenever at all three scenes that have BB doing her like man on the street videos, she's not there. She's just filming it. And I still like Fisk. Fisk is his war against vigilantes and trying to make the city better, and he's trying to get rid of vigilantes. So, anything that you want to add to it?
No, no, that's it.
Well, all right, guys. Well, we'll see you for next week, and then yeah, I mean it's show is it's decent. I mean, I think better. This is a better episode, I think, than the first two. Maybe. Well, it depends how you look at it, but all right. Well, we'll see you next time.